5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico.
And AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Somebody once said, and I'm not sure who that somebody was. Maybe it was Reggie Miller, or maybe it was Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not certain. It's really hard to win with both hands wrapped around your throat, or maybe they demonstrated that. Now I don't know if you think that was a choke, or if you think that was a comeback. I think it was an insane comeback. Why? I'll tell you why. We got 3 hours to talk about why. All I know is Game 1 Eastern Conference Finals was a classic. It was incredibly entertaining. If it's a preview of coming attractions, sign me up. And if you're a Knick fan, sorry for you. Good morning, boys and girls. Good to be back in the saddle on a Thursday. It is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Maybe a little premature grabbing of the throat by Tyrese Halliburton. Damn good thing his team won in overtime. I'm Jeff Symbieta. He's JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
What a night last night, huh?
Wow.
I mean, wow. From the jump. And the pace and it had everything. And then that shot that went down and Tyrese Halliburton doing, I guess that's his best, Reggie Miller, without knowing his foot was on the line, because we all thought it was over, right? I mean, you did, I did. That was one of those, holy bleep, did you just see that moments? I'll never forget it, right? Is that what's going through your mind at that point?
Yeah. That Halliburton just fumbled the ball, gathered himself, stepped back, and won the game.
Addie came home. She got off work with about 2 minutes to go. She's like, I guess I caught the best part of the game, huh? And she's like she blasted out a holy bleep, except for she didn't bleep it. There were so many points in that game. Knick fan, let's go. I know you're there because you're everywhere. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. The text line is open. It's the same number as the phone line, 505-246-0610. You can watch the show. Adrian's producing as he always does. It's on ProView Networks. It's on our YouTube, or on their YouTube channel, ProView Networks. It's on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and it's live across Xfinity Channel 26 across the state of New Mexico. JJ, there were so many plays in that game. so many little plays that you can look back at and say this and that. If it goes the other way, I mean, I'll walk through a bunch of them from all of the Aaron Nesmith threes down the stretch. I saw the number, and I think you did too. Teams who were up by 9 points in the last minute of a playoff game had won the last 1,414 games. They were 14-14, like 1,000. They're 1,414 and 0 until the Knicks lost last night. There's a lot of things that stand out to me. There's a bunch. Is there one that just jumps out, like one big factor that stands out to you, or one big instance, moment, thing?
The Pacers, with what they've done this postseason, they have a team of destiny feel, because 3 of the 4 comebacks in like the history of the sport, being down 7 or more points in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter, no team in the playoffs, are them this year. And that number is 4 out of 1,702. 4 wins to 1,700 losses, and 3 of the 4 are the Pacers. So they have a calmness to them.
Yeah.
Just that we're going to step up, hit this shot, and just keep going. And so they have that comeback mentality. But anytime I look at 2 or more possessions, so 3 possessions under a minute to go, that's collapse. Like, you have to mess up a lot to not be able to close out a game when you have at least a 3-possession lead.
So
with 40 seconds left.
I look at it, and it's, to me, this is why it's more comeback than it is collapse. Although there's certainly collapse. Well, like, put it on the scale. Where are you putting it on the scale?
The way, even with it going to overtime and the Knicks having an opportunity, I was 90-10 collapse last night.
You thought it was 90-10
It's 3-possession game with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm not there, and I'll tell you why. Because the Pacers made plays. This wasn't, I threw the ball away. This wasn't. Now there was a turnover in there. This was Aaron Nesmith hitting 3. This is me getting 3 for every time you get 2. This is me finding a way to get Nesmith open. Halliburton hit 1 in there, but Nesmith had 20 points in the fourth quarter. He had 5 down the stretch. This was them finally getting rebounds, and then hitting a just like that's the most crazy shot since Kawhi Leonard's in the Eastern Conference Finals against Philadelphia when he was with Toronto, right? Falling out of bounds, although that was to win the Eastern Conference Championship. That shot won the conference championship, right? This was game 1, so I'm not going to hand it over yet. But I'm not nearly 90-10 collapse, and I'm almost closer to 50-50 on my scale, because I thought the Pacers made plays. There were so many things in that game, and even in overtime, like the review that went against the Knicks, which was the right call, right, with 18 seconds to go. Oh, that wasn't in overtime. That was in regulation. That's what gave them the ball back, right? When they were down by 5. That was down by 5. Then Nesmith goes and hits the shot. They foul. Who they foul? Because he missed 1 out of his 2 free throws.
It was Karl Anthony Towns
at the end, like with 7 seconds to go, and then Halliburton goes down the lane. Bridges knocks it out of his hand. He takes it, steps back, thought he won the game, and goes crazy. The game should have been over in overtime on Obi Toppin's dunk. How do you not call foul there? Because that's a 4-point game, and then you're done. But it leads to 2 missed threes. Brunson, Mr. Clutch, went close, and Karl Anthony Towns damn near airballed at the end. They had 2 good looks. Don't you think the Knicks at the end of regulation?
Shots off.
Well, the second one was a great look. The first one was a good look for Brunson. He created his look. Everybody knew where it was going. So I thought there were so many things in there. To me, the biggest thing was Nesmith. Nesmith had 30 points. He was 8 of 9 from 3-point land. He said, "I am an elite shooter." Yes, you are, sir. Like, if you don't know, and this is what I tell you 2 months back from now, right? You're going to learn about the Pacers, the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, all these teams that maybe, you don't watch as much during the regular season because you're fed the Warriors, the Lakers, and the Celtics all the time, right? which is cool. And maybe you watch the Nuggets, whoever your team is. But you're learning about Aaron Nesmith. Wait, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that dude. Oh, yeah, Halliburton's that dude from the his dad's the one who went after Giannis, right? Yeah, that's that dude. Like, you learn him, and you watch him every other night now. He wants to tell me he's an elite shooter. I'm not arguing with him. I thought there was some poetic justice in Obi Toppin, the former Knicks draft pick, having that double clutch dunk to put the thing away. How do you think they handled that at the end? Because I thought they were going to hold it, try to run clock, and instead they attacked. And I kind of appreciate that. You know, with 15 seconds to go, they were up by 1. They got the ball back. How do you think they handled that?
Yeah, the opportunity presented itself, and there's not quick foul there. Then get the basket, because what we saw down the stretch is the Knicks go 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Yeah. Okay, and that part.
That's why
leads me to
Halliburton's
your 90 to
3-point
10. Yeah.
shot tied the game.
Yeah. Nesmith's the first player in NBA history to make 6 3-pointers in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, and they all came in the last 5 minutes. I mean, dude was spectacular. Halliburton had 31 points. He had 11 assists. There was an assist during the comeback where the pocket pass where he made from the free throw line, found somebody cutting towards the basket for a layup. I thought was a great play. He beat Hart to the bucket. Pacers are nice, dude. I don't know who you had this series. We didn't really get to have this conversation.
Yesterday,
yeah,
I had Pacers plus 4.5, but Knicks in 7.
Okay, so you won yesterday. You still a Knicks in 7? This is a tough one to come back from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens, you make a pick. And,
yeah.
But that's why, I like to pick games, but reacting to what we see.
Yeah. I was leaning Pacers in 6. And Pacers in 6 means they had to steal one and then would win it at home. I think the Pacers are deeper. And I know how you feel about depth in the playoffs, and I think you're right. I for the most part. But they get quality minutes from their bench. Whether it's Mathurin or what McConnell did for him last night.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing a change in the NBA because teams that have invested in their quote-unquote max players are good, but you need the versatility. And if you have 2 or 3 guys on max contracts, you lose that versatility. And it's not like the Pacers are cheap, like Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton, like Miles Turner. These guys are on big contracts, but it's moves like Obi Toppin, finding him as a rotation player. Nebhard, Naismith, guys that they've developed in the starting lineup. So depth is important. Not saying it isn't. But, you look at these teams, it's about stealing minutes when you can. The Knicks just went through a series where they stole the first 2 games, so they know how dramatic a swing is in a series. Yeah. And what the Pacers just did is what, not to that extent.
I think it is.
They coming back from 20-point deficits in 2 games. The Knicks know, this can swing a series just like
that. Yeah, I think it's exactly what they did to the Celtics. I mean, it wasn't 20, it was 17, but it was later in the game.
Well, not. Yeah, it was, and then the final possessions just so.
Yeah, this is one of those, and I love the conversation on it. And Nick fan, I know you're there. Is this one of those? What do we just compare to the Seahawks moment recently? Is this one of those Seahawks give the ball to Marshawn Lynch? Oh no, you threw it. Malcolm Butler intercepted it. How do you get over this moment? Is this one of those moments for a club? Because game 2 is now vital for the Knicks. Have to win. I don't even think it's a kind of got to win game. I think they have to win game 2.
Must win game,
right? Because of the way they got beaten game 1. If they'd have gotten I don't know, beaten a regular way, whatever a regular way means, right? However you lose a game in a regular way. All right. They still really kind of have to win, but they have to win this game. What were we comparing that to recently? There was a playoff game. Wasn't there something recent? Oh, you know what it was? was when Vegas beat Winnipeg with 0.3%. Maybe that was it. No, that wasn't even it because it wasn't the total collapse. But one of those lately. But how do you get over this one? Right? And I thought Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Pacers, was so good. Did you hear him in the post-game locker room? Did you hear when they had the camera in there? It wasn't any rah-rah, hey, great game. Oh, we got it. It was, all right, get ready, go get rest. Game 2's in 2 days. Go get rest. Good win today, guys. Good team win. Like level, man. I've always liked Rick Carlisle. I think he's terrific. You got good coaches left, 2 young ones, on the other side, and 2 veterans on this side. But it was good. All right, we got a lot to do today. Lobo baseball season is over. Student fees are going up to help athletics at the University of New Mexico. You've got an MVP in the National Basketball Association. You will continue to be permitted to push the tush in the National Football League. And, boy, do we got a lot. 505-246-0610. Got the backyard blow-up keyword. I will give you that keyword at 8:25 this morning. You'll take that keyword. You'll text it to 505-246-0610, and then you shall be entered for this big, gigantic, beautiful one big, beautiful prize pack that we're giving away worth $15,000. When we come back, I want more. I got a little bit more on this game because the historical perspective is insane when you go into this and just watching all those stunned New Yorkers walk out of that building. And your MVP, it's the right call. MVP, SGA, it is correct. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making...
Let's get a little Scotty Scheffler talk over the weekend or on Monday. I mean, that was something too. Like last weekend, whether you like horse racing or not, the end of the Preakness was silly. How journalism won coming down the stretch. A lot more exciting than Scotty Scheffler just cruising to victory over the rest of the field because he is the best there is. Opening drive. My name is Jeff Symbieta. He is JJ Buck. Thank you for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. 138-135 overtime last night. Pacers over the New York Knicks. Stunned crowd. People losing their mind. I just some of the historical stuff, JJ, that you put down on the show sheet today is really insane. Halliburton, 31 points and 11 assists, and Aaron Nesmith, 30 points, and I give you 8 for 9 from 3-point range. The Pacers do this. They won a game in Milwaukee back in the first round. They trailed by. Remember that was the game. That was the one we were talking about, I think. Right? How do you come back from this? That was the one where dude dropped the ball out of bounds through his legs. That might have been the game. They were down by 7 with 40 seconds left in overtime. They beat Cleveland. Or that was the Milwaukee game. They beat Cleveland. They were down by 7 with 46 seconds remaining in regulation. They were down by 9 with 54 seconds. It's what they're doing and how they do it and the poise with which they do it. To your point, and you said this earlier, and I didn't think about this, but I can't argue. There is a bit of a team of destiny feel to them, isn't there?
To have 3 comebacks like that in the postseason is insane.
I gave you the stat. Teams leading by 9 in the last minute were 1,414-0 in the last 1,414 times. Teams leading by at least 14 in the last 245, as the Knicks were 994-0 since 1997-98 season when they started detailed play-by-play. That's where the detailed play-by-play stat sheets come out. That's how. Boy, you've got me leaning to collapse now. When I start listening to these numbers, Since 1996, teams who have trailed by 7 or more points in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter overtime of the playoffs were four wins and 1,702 losses. And 3 of those 4 wins were the Pacers this year. That's insanity, some of these numbers. Let me give you that again. 4 wins, 1,702 losses since 1996. When teams are trailing by 7 or more points in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime in the playoffs. It's historical, dude.
It's wild.
How do they not win the series now?
Something just as dramatic happens to them because, this is one of those just tear your heart out of your chest moments. Like, the game is over, 99% win probability. All right, gets tight at the end. You just need one of those guys to hit 2 free throws.
Yeah. Yep.
OG Anunoby, Karl Towns go 1 of 2 in the final 15 seconds. And the Pacers send it to overtime.
Yep. All right, we can try to catch up with Sushan today. They got a day game today. They had an insane ending last night, didn't they? I mean, as insane as this ending was, dare I say that one might have been even more bizarre?
It's more bizarre because you have to take a step back and go, okay, can you connect these dots for me? Because it is not as simple as, oh, there's a walk-off play. No. How did a runner from first get awarded home plate?
All right. When we come back, can we hear it? And then talk your way through it, and then I'll text Josh and try to get him on. We'll talk about that. What do we do? Like the last segment, right? Going into it. All right. So we'll do 9:45. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. 505-246-0610. And how about the Stars last night? How about what the Dallas Stars did to Edmonton? I mean, we got millions and millions and millions of show today. Let's go. When we get back, one of the craziest endings you'll ever see, and it wasn't the Knicks game last night. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Brought to you by Lazy.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub. official sandwich of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I don't even know what the hell I was watching until it had to be explained to me. So, the end of the Isotopes game in Reno last night. Okay? I'm going to set it up for you, and then you can listen to Josh Sushan's call. He didn't know what was going on either. Josh is going to join us coming up at 9:45, I think, and we'll talk to him about it. And let me set this up for you. Isotopes are up 4-3, bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded, 1 out. All right? Connor Kaiser is your hitter. Again, Isotopes up by 1. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Connor Kaiser's your hitter. This is Josh Sushan right here on the Sports Animal.
So now it's 3-2. We've gone as full as we can go. Ball 4 means a tie game. There's 1 out, so the runners will not be on the move. The 3-2 payoff. Line drive, base hit, right center field. That one's going all the way to the gap. That scores Garcia. Pache ran into a teammate. Pache ran into a teammate around third base. Is that obstruction? Is that obstruction? He ran into a teammate who was out on the field to celebrate. And the ruling is out. He is out because he ran into a teammate. The game is not over.
Or is
now, trying to score from third is the runner from first, Weber, but it should be a dead ball. Or is it? No, they say it's not a dead ball. And now 2 runs have scored, and now the ball game is over. I do not believe what I have just witnessed.
What a good call by Josh Sushan. All right, so as the ball went into right center field, Reno occupies the third base dugout. So their team, and they're pretty good, they all came out to celebrate, right? So they all charged out of the third base dugout to go swamp the guy who got the base hit. Well, whilst they were doing that, one of the dudes who came running out of the dugout ran into the winning run. The guy that was rounding third base with the winning run. So that guy's out. All right. Well, so then why does the guy from, so where's the ball? Like, why not throw out the other? Because Sam Hilliard, the guy who was in center field for the Isotopes, game was over. No good deed goes unpunished. He lobbed the baseball into the stands, gave a fan a souvenir. There was no baseball to go get him out with. And because he threw the ball out, it's a two-base award, right? And they lose like that. Insanity. Again, stuff you can't even make up stuff like that. But never seen anything like that in my life. Have you?
No, that was a wild ending to where you feel, oh, maybe they're going to get out of this just to tie a game. And they're like, hold up, there's still that runner on first. And because the ball went out of play, award him 2 bases and good night now.
One of the most bizarre ones you will ever see. Isotopes lose. I mean, you want to talk about finding ways to lose? Right? I've never seen it. What was the one? And I want to talk to Josh about this. Because I remember when I was in Vegas, Bernie Olivas from the Sun Bowl show, you got to see this. So what was it? They scored 3 runs on a base-loaded walk or on a walk?
Yeah, there's a walk, and one of the runners just kept on going. Rounded third. The other team wasn't paying attention, scored, and then all heck broke loose.
Yeah, that's insane. Would love to have Josh on to talk about that. That was crazy. The other baseball stuff locally. Global baseball season is over. San Jose State beats New Mexico. The final score was 6-3. They turned 9 hits, 8 of them singles, into 6 runs to the Spartans. And despite a 2-run home run by New Mexico, they're done. This was, remember last week we were talking about maybe winning the league and win some games at home, get a bye in that first round. Todd Brown was talking about how important it was to get a bye in that first round because if you don't, it's a single elimination before you go into the double elimination bracket. Well, they didn't make it to the bracket. New Mexico is out. The 3 seed got beat by the 6 seed, and the season ends for the University of New Mexico. And after a 4-run 4th inning, and they're done. And that's how quick it is.
Good night now.
Yeah. And after all the excitement that was, that's a bummer of a way. I mean, you decide if you think it's a good season, a successful season. It's a bummer of a way to end this thing because you came limping home.
It's anytime you go out, you're one and done in the tournament. It's going to take some time to look back on the good things you were able to accomplish out there. You're just left with a sour, bitter taste feeling, knowing that it's over just like that.
Yep. They tried to rally last inning. Will Ashby singled. They had runners at the corners with 1 out, and then back-to-back strikeouts into the game. So San Jose State will play Fresno State. UNM's season is over. San Diego State went on the other side. The Aztecs will play Reno, right? Who won the league? And Nevada. And, and that's it for the baseball season. It's a bummer of a way to end it. Dude, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I'm reading this on national news stuff. Like, it's they're talking about one of the craziest endings you've ever seen. One of the weirdest walk-offs you've ever seen in that Isotopes game. 5-4. And listen to the 2 calls. Josh's call was good. Listen to the Reno guy's call, and he has no idea what's going on either. I mean, you have to, like, the context afterwards. It's insane. All right, 505-246-0610. Text line's open, 505-246-0610. So proud of Juan Jose State returning Jeffrey. Spartans came into the contest number 200 in the net in baseball. But they guarded like banshees. They never let Lowell Baseball, who we've been told had the best offense in the country, didn't let him get going. This from Dan. Yeah, so much for the best batting average. I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
Got to perform.
Yeah. And I mean, it's literally just the way it is. We got crazy Rocky story too. You want to hit that one now? Because Gus said Vic Schaefer was the answer to the Rockies' woes. Jeff, why doesn't this surprise me? Because they're not good. Because Bud Black wasn't the reason for their woes, and changing manager wasn't going to fix their woes. They are 8-41. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in the big leagues. Like 8-41. How are you even? When will they be?
They've never seen it because they're on pace to lose more games than anyone in baseball history, and they played baseball for it feels like 300 years.
Yeah. When do you think they'll be mathematically eliminated? I mean, will it be early August? Like they'll be 50 games back or
now.
something? Now.
I know it's not mathematically,
right,
but again,
22 and a half games already.
Everyone just thinks, oh, joke, this guy, he's just a bitter fan. No, that's an awful franchise that already 5 years from now, they're 28 games out of whatever that schedule's going to be.
Already.
They're just 22 and a half games back, being 8-41. And you know what? This lawsuit,
okay,
I'm with this, man.
Are you really?
100%.
All right, let's hit this because this is insane. There's a guy that is suing the Rockies. All right, dude he got hit with a baseball. He's at a Rockies game. He's in one of those luxury suites. He got hit, got like a black eye. This was last year, July 16th of last year. He's just now suing. He's suing the Rockies for catastrophic and permanent injuries. Guy's name is Timothy Raquel. He was a guest in a box first inning of the game. Well, how do you sue? I mean, it's on your ticket, right? It says watch for foul balls. There's a disclaimer that's on your ticket that you don't look at, but it's there. The lawsuit claims, quote, architectural elements? Is that right? Architectural elements of the luxury box made it impossible to see the incoming foul ball. But that's not really the crux of this. The crux of it is that this dude claims that the Rockies' poor play was a factor. It's easy to ignore the action on the field. Basically, they're so damn bad, and you're giving me all this other stuff to look at that I was at the game. I had no reason to watch the game. You're entertaining me with all this food and all this fanfare and all this other stuff, and I was distracted and I got hit, and I want catastrophic and permanent damage. Is that simplified?
It's damage to the eyes in more ways than one.
Yes. Quote from the lawsuit, or this is the attorney. Defendant's long-standing the defendant being the Rockies, long-standing poor performance on the field has contributed to a game day environment in which spectators, particularly those in luxury suites, are less engaged with the action on the field. That was the quote. So basically what they're saying is the team is so bad, there's no way you win this suit.
That they're getting people hurt because you're showing up for the event
and you don't want to watch it. And you just don't want to watch it. So I'm eating your food, I'm drinking your booze, I'm looking at everything else.
You're throwing a party, and yet there's baseballs flying at me now.
Please tell me they can't win this. I mean, I know you want them to, but there's...
Why the heck not? Let's go.
Because just think of what this opens. I mean, everybody. Now you're going to start putting netting in front
you
of
can sue. They can sue. We can sue.
Now you know what I'm doing? I'm putting netting
we
up
all
in front
sue
of
at
my
the ball
luxury.
game.
I'm putting up netting in front of my luxury suites. You're going to have to watch through damn net.
Okay.
Really? Well, you don't sit in luxury suites. But I mean,
I don't live that life.
But really? I guess you got to watch. Now you got to watch it through two nets. I mean, it's cute. It's creative. It's probably what a million Rocky fans, if there's that many left, were thinking. There's no way they win, right? And if they win, you give them $1. But there's no way, right? Attorneys, help me defend this.
There's the fact that they brought it forth is hilarious.
It is. I'll give you that.
I'll give
you that.
See, like you said, back of a ticket, you assume the risk, all those things when it comes to a foul ball.
Yeah.
In the stadium.
All these lawyers that put this thing together. I mean, you go into any place and like you hit the lottery, you got sued. You hit the lottery, you got hit by a baseball. It used to be I wanted baseball coming my way. Well, I was distracted by the chicken nuggets and the beef tips and the assortment of snacks and the crap on the field. Well, then why'd you even go? Well, I mean, I was invited and the meal was so good, and it'd be rude to say no to go to a Rockies game, but I can't watch them, but I was there. You're kind of there on your own. Whatever. No way. Guy wins. Here's how you win. You go to John Thomas Jewelers. Shopping for any piece of jewelry, an engagement ring, a graduation gift, an anniversary gift. John Thomas Jewelers is the place. They got the only free lifetime nationwide warranty in Albuquerque. Voted America's coolest jewelry store by In-Store Magazine, and right now they got over 3,000 ladies and men's bridal rings on hand for you to try. And if they don't have what you want exactly, or even if you don't know what you want exactly, they'll walk you through the process. They'll make it for you. They've got the ability to do that right there on premises in their state-of-the-art design center, which I have seen, which I've witnessed, and it is amazing. So whether you're shopping for an engagement ring or an anniversary gift, something for yourself, a graduation gift, go by and see why John Thomas Jewelers is the only 5-star Google-rated full-service jewelry store in town, why they're the fastest-growing jeweler in New Mexico for 3 straight years, and been voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 4 years running, and why they're my jewelry store as well. So many reasons to see for yourself. John Thomas Jewelers is the best jeweler in Albuquerque. On Louisiana, 1 block south of Manaus, the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building, 2440 Louisiana Northeast, Suite 310. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
This report.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Indianapolis Colts passed away, 65 years old, young man. He inherited ownership of 1997. Been the owner ever since. Died in his sleep Wednesday afternoon, according to a statement from the team. Inherited the Colts back in 1997. His dad was Robert Irsay, and he passed away. So Jim has held the role as owner, CEO since then. I'm not even certain who's next in line on ownership with the Colts. That happened yesterday, and then how are you feeling in Indiana today? I mean, that happened, and then your team had one of the most crazy comeback wins in the history of the NBA. The Pacers did. I'm going to give you the keyword for the backyard blow up coming up at 8:25 today. We're working on getting Josh Sushan in here at 9:45 because one of the craziest endings of a baseball game ever happened last night in Reno, and he was on the call. Topes lose to Reno 5-4, and give me a better word than walk-off for that, though, because it was weird. I guess it's still a walk-off. Delayed walk-off. Just bizarreness. How did you feel about Tyrese Halliburton going to the choke sign when he did in the moment? When you still thought it was a 3, when you thought it was a game winner? I had to explain the history of it to my daughter, right? Many people aren't going to understand it, but it was 30 years ago, Reggie Miller of the Pacers in that building. And they came back from it was a very similar comeback, right? Reggie Miller hit most of the threes. And he looked at Spike Lee and gave the choke sign.
Reggie Wade at 8 points in 9 seconds.
Yeah. 8 points in 9 seconds. Yeah. Very, very similar to comeback.
I loved it. The theater of sport, paying homage to the past in a series that has really good history. Now it's been a minute. Now they did play in the postseason last year, but it was a second round series. But you knew leading up to it, you're going to see Reggie Miller. You're going to see the 90s battles that the Knicks and the Pacers had. In fact, it was 2000 was the last time these teams met up in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I called it a new era classic. That's what this series is going to be.
I'm down with that. Thought it was Stonesy to do it right about then. But I didn't hate it. And then when they said he stepped on the line, I'm like, oh, young fella. Right? Because how's this going to look if you don't win it over? Like, you had to win it overtime at that point. They got down by 4. And I'm like, oh, that's not going to, it's not going to play well. It's not going to hold out very well. It's not going to age well. But they did. I wish that would have been the game winner. As much as I enjoyed the overtime, just because that would have been one of the most iconic shots in the history of playoff basketball, no? That shot from behind with him looking at it.
Yeah, that's the way the ball hit the back of the rim, bounced straight up, and fell.
It's the Kawhi shot. Now, that one won a series. This would have won a game. It didn't. It sent it to overtime. It's still going to be really, really good. But that would have, if that wins the game, and then the choke sign, it's one of the most iconic shots in the history of the game, right?
It goes up there.
Right?
Absolutely. With all the other things you think of, whether it's Reggie Miller, the Kawhi shot, other instances in the postseason, like that's on the real.
Is it still there?
Yes, because they won the game in overtime. So you can still play it as, hey, this was part of the Knicks collapse, and this was a pivotal moment.
All right, fair enough. I was okay with it because they won the game. We'd be having a whole other conversation if they didn't win that game. Knicks respond or do not. They're going to come out quick, but to me, the Pacers. I mean, they're never down too much. Knicks come out quick in the next game.
The Knicks can come out quick, regardless of what happened in Game 1. I think this is going 7.
Do you? I'm going to say Pacers in 6. I think they're deeper. All right, I got to get in the Stanley Cup when we get back a little bit. But first thing we're going to do when we get back, the NFL stuff. Brock Purdy signed his contract yesterday. Right about where it should be, by the way, don't you think? On the Brock Purdy thing, I want to get there next, but right about where it should be. You're going to be able to continue to push tushes in the National Football League. That's a big deal, evidently. Closer maybe than people thought. I know Adam Schefter was reporting yesterday morning when you woke up that they had enough votes that they were going to ban the tush push. I got a lot of thoughts on that. Whilst not a fan of it, I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of banning it. I got to get into some of the hockey. College eligibility. 4 years isn't nearly enough, according to some. 5 years might not nearly be enough either. 505-246-0610. We'll give you the backyard blow-up keyword coming up at 8:25. 8:25. When we get back, Brock Purdy signs and explains why maybe he left a couple bucks on the table. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors. For any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999.
It just continues to show who Indiana is, what Indiana is, how they won games. I mean, they've done this all postseason. And the stat that you put on this sheet is just, I'm going to give it to you again because it's just, I don't want to bury you in numbers, okay? But you've got to, I'm going to read it slow so you can put it into context. This goes back to 1996, so that's 29 years. Teams who 7 or more points, as did the Pacers last night, in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter or in overtime, in the playoffs, are 4 wins and 1,702 losses. The fact that there's that many games is amazing to me. But they're 4 and 1,702. 3 of those wins of the 4 are this year's Indiana Pacers. They did it against Milwaukee. They did it against Cleveland. Now they've done it against the Knicks. I don't know where this goes. JJ said they feel like a team of destiny. JJ, I don't disagree with you. I hadn't thought of that, but boy, the clutch gene that this club has. And I understand Jalen Brunson was the clutch player of the year in the NBA, right? By the way, he had the ball in his hands down 3 at the end of the game last night.
6 shots.
Right?
So, Jalen Brunson, 16 baskets in clutch time in the regular season.
Right.
Tyrese Halliburton had 10.
Did another one last night, didn't he? I mean, it was something special. And then the Isotopes last night, up 4-3, and efforting Josh Sushan at 9:45. But one of the craziest walk-offs you'll ever see. Reno, bases loaded, base hit to right center, 2-run score. They win the game, except for as the team came out to celebrate, one of the guys coming out of the dugout ran into the winning run, and the winning run was ruled out by the umpire, but there was only 1 out. So that was just, JJ, if there were 2 outs, we'd have gone to extra innings.
Yes.
But there was only 1 out, and so they allowed the guy from second base to score because the center fielder, Sam Hilliard, because the game was over, no good deed goes unpunished, threw the ball into the stands, give a fan a souvenir. I mean, like, do you get mad at Hilliard for that when you come in if you're Isotopes manager?
No.
You can't, right?
No. Ball goes all the way to the wall. You're expecting 2 runs to score, game be over. You didn't know that someone ran out of the dugout.
Picked off the winning run.
At that point in time, it would have been the winning one. However, bases loaded.
That's good. All right. NFL. I guess the big story yesterday was you're still permitted to push tushes, right?
As you should be.
So I hate the play. I do. It's not exciting to me. Whatever. I don't like the play. But because you can't stop something is not reason to ban it from football. It just isn't. Because someone does it better than you is not a reason to ban it. And I guess yesterday morning before the vote, Adam Schefter of ESPN was reporting that they had enough votes. They were going to ban the tush push. They needed 24 votes out of the 32 owners. They got 22. And so the tush push remains legal. Browns, Jaguars, Dolphins, Saints, and Titans voted with the Eagles, Ravens, Patriots, Jets, and Lions against the proposal that would have banned the play. Cardinals and Colts, who have former Eagles coordinators as head coaches, did vote to ban the play. The vote was 22-10. By the way, do you know, and it was the Packers who brought this, right? The Packers were the ones who brought this up. Do you know what the score was when the Packers lost to the Eagles in the playoffs last year?
Yep.
It was 22-10. The vote yesterday was 22-10. Find the irony in that as you will. I mean, when these things happen, man, it just always blows my mind, that kind of stuff. But you're good with this? Do you like the play? Do you?
It's a one play. Like, what's...
And it's like 0.4% of the play.
Pushing behind it. Okay, we can have that conversation, but then you need to word it where it's just you can't push a quarterback. Because you see running backs get hit, someone else comes, and then we're going to blow the whistle on every play after that. So that's where it just gets in a gray area. They just don't want the quarterback to be pushed. Because they're like, it's not an exciting play. Well, what quarterback sneak is then? Like, it's just...
Yeah, was Tom Brady's exciting? He was really good at the quarterback sneak, by the way.
He just wasn't pushed from behind.
Yeah.
It's a short yardage situation. Again, like Jason Kelsey, who spoke to the owners about it, because there was this belief that, oh, you're going to get hurt and this and that. And Kelsey was like, I'll run this play 80 times a game. Like, it's not like one where you're going to get hurt. It's football. It's such a small percentage. And I don't think you would have seen this swell had the Eagles not won the Super Bowl.
Well, you were seeing it the year prior.
Because I don't like taking away ways to play a game. They've destroyed the onside kick, which is an exciting play. It's such a small percentage, but like, oh, you can only do it in the fourth quarter. You have to be behind. You have to announce it. Like, what's the point then? Yeah. But yet you want all these kickoff returns, and you take away just an exciting play that is so like 0.001% of ever working in the game of football. Yeah. And yeah, the tush push isn't appealing, but not everything has to be appealing. Yeah. It's not, again, they don't run it 80 times a game.
And there's a fair argument, and I've made it with myself. I haven't really heard anybody else make it. Is that any more or less exciting than handing it off to a tailback and have him run off the right guard and lose a yard or get back to the line of scrimmage? Is that any more exciting or less exciting? I mean, short yardage, you give it to your tailback or even your fullback, and he runs off the right tackle, off the right guard, and runs into a pile of humanity and gets nowhere. Is that any more exciting to you? Yeah, I guess you can even make an argument. This is.
I like it because people are so up in their feels about it.
Yeah,
they know it's coming, and they can't stop the short yardage push.
Right.
And then I'm looking at it. Okay, what if I sell out and end up giving up an end around? So be it. Like, you have to counter it, and just because it works does not mean, hey, we need to change the rule.
And that's where I am firmly. I don't enjoy it, but you've got to give me a better reason. There's got to be some sort of health and safety reason, and there isn't. That you or competitive advantage, and there isn't, that you should get rid of this play. The reason to get rid of this play cannot just be, well, we can't stop it. No, well, then figure it out how to stop it, and by the way, and use it, and get good at it too. Because there's only one team that's really, really good at it. Bills have tried, and actually, that's not true. The Buffalo Bills, I saw a stat yesterday, had a better percentage of a success rate on the tush push. Now, they didn't do it in their biggest moment. They got stopped, which is actually, they didn't get stopped, but there was a crap spot, and but okay, right? Statistically, they got stopped.
Angles.
Yeah,
all about
that's
angles.
such crap.
It is crap.
No, this is a crap.
Angles.
Do we still have that drop? This is a crap. What was that dude's name? The head coach of the Toronto Raptors. This is one of the greatest sound bites ever. Next to, oh God, this is a crap. Anyway, so that goes. I teased you on Purdy. I want to hit that when we get back, because Brock Purdy's signed his deal. May have left a couple bucks on the table, maybe not, but he left bucks on the table for probably the right reason. And there's a model behind this. We're going to get there. I'll give you the keyword for the backyard blow-up coming up here at 8:25. You can get in at 505-246-0610. Hey, what are you doing for lunch today? Twin Peaks is serving up lunches. Hearty, yummy, light, whatever you want. Combo starting at $7.99. They're featuring soups and salads and sandwiches. All of it will hit the spot. Pair that with a 29-degree draft. You've got the perfect midday escape. And if you're a night owl, do not miss their late-night flatbreads from just $8. It's from 10 p.m. to close, Sunday through Thursday. So whether it's lunch with coworkers or a solo bite with the game on, Twin Peaks makes every meal memorable. Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. Fire up your engines. The Indy 500 is this weekend. Twin Peaks has all the action all race long. Fuel up with sauced and tossed wings, 29-degree drafts, handcraft cocktails, all while you watch every single lap. And then on Memorial Day, on Monday, Twin Peaks is honoring our heroes. Veterans and active military receive a special discount. Twin Peaks says thank you for your service. And remember, if you're looking for a new gig, Twin Peaks is hiring. Text WORK4TP, WORK4TP to 85000, and you can join the team over at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is sports, it's flavor, and appreciation all in one place.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Sportsbook. All right, so you get to push tush. If you're Brock Purdy, you get to count your money. Brock Purdy signed his 5-year, $256 million extension yesterday. Patience paid off. Brock Purdy was making under $1 million last few years. You're like, so am I, Jeff. No, I get it, but you're not an NFL quarterback. Last pick in the draft. Brock Purdy is now a well-compensated NFL quarterback. JJ, he fell right about where I think you and I both felt he should, right? 5 years, 25, so that's, what is that, $52 million a year, somewhere along those lines. It's about where you and I both kind of felt he should. Slotted wise and you know who he is, but yet still leave money to do other stuff. Being here was a huge emphasis, he said. He had a lot of faith in his agent. But he said one of the reasons where he didn't need to be the highest paid quarterback was he knew there needed to be money to go put other players around him. And I it's almost the Tom Brady model. While I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady in any way, it's almost that sort of model. Look, man, I can live on $50 million a year. I'll be all right.
It is so overblown that he's saving their money. He's the fifth highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Like, you're not saving that much money off the cap.
Okay, so do you think he came in higher than he should have been?
No, I think that's fair value for a player that is talented enough, is successful, and winning playoff games, getting to the Super Bowl matters in that sport. And we'd love to move the goalpost in conversations because we can. It's what we do as sports fans and talking heads. And, good quarterbacks are going to get great money. And that's what we saw with Brock Purdy.
He's a good quarterback, right?
Yes.
And look, in 2 years, he'll be knocked down to probably 12th highest paid quarterback anyway, right? As these guys all extend. $181 million in guarantees.
And that's where it helps the franchise because the guarantees are less than guys in that top echelon, but on par with anything else, man. It's, Tua, Jared Goff, we're talking 167, 170 guaranteed money in their contract, so he got his money, man.
And I think it's almost right because I feel like I've been compensating him for what he's done in addition to what he's going to do, meaning I know, man, I got a bargain the last couple of years. I'm paying a guy $940,000 a year to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he's performing at a top 7 level, right? And you got me to a Super Bowl, got me to another NFC Championship game, and I paid my quarterback, like, I'm almost kind of back paying him a little bit. $53 million average ties him with Jared Goff for 7th highest in the league. Now, the extension doesn't fully kick in until the 2026 season. It goes through 2030. But it firmly places Brock Purdy amongst the 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league. And it's short of other deals negotiated over the past 5 years. And that's where I feel it's about right. Right? And you look at him in its percentage of salary cap. Purdy's new deal comes in at just under 19% of the salary cap. And what we're talking about, other quarterbacks, like the average quarterback salary was about 23%, 22% of the salary cap, and he's at 19%. And I know you're saying, well, it's 3%. Yeah, but we're talking millions of dollars and millions of dollars to go out and sign other players. And whether it's overrated or not, I don't know what sort
the contract has also gone up. So those guys that might have been at...
The cap has gone up.
Yeah, excuse me, the cap has gone up. So those guys that might have been at, 22, 23% might be down in that range now, too.
Correct. No, and that's why in 2 years it's going to be, we're looking at different numbers. And I'm good with it, right? He said he didn't want to limit the Niners when it comes to paying other key players. George Kittle got paid. Fred Warner got paid. Brock Purdy's quote, "We want to make sure that we're working together with our organization and setting up everybody for success. It's not just for me to get all the money as much as I can, but also, hey, let's surround yourself with a great team and players and a great locker room, and all those things mattered," end quote. You think that is overblown? Like, where would that have worked for you if he came in at 45 million?
Well, I don't think it's over. I don't, because he didn't take $200 million in guaranteed money. Okay, well, Lamar Jackson doesn't even have $200 million in guaranteed money. Like, Jalen Hurts doesn't. Like, so I think this part of this story is a little overblown.
Okay, fair enough. Either way, he's good. He spent the day playing golf at the Olympic Club, by the way. That's where he was.
Good day.
I mean, I just signed a $54 million deal and played golf at the Olympic Club. Are you kidding me?
He can pick up the tab now.
Yeah, he can. His wife, he can join the Olympic Club now, for crying out loud. His wife was there. I mean, that's where they did this thing. Are you kidding me? That's so San Francisco, but good for him. Good for him, man. You know how I am. I grew up like the anti-Niner fan. Being a Rams fan. But he's a hard guy for me not to like. He's really hard for me not to like.
Yeah, Brock Purdy goes into my discussion, and you know the way I've talked about the Pacers in this postseason. Like, there's nothing wrong with being good.
Yeah.
And we get so caught up in you're either elite or you should suck to find elite. And you just get caught in this mindset. right? I don't think you're going to win a championship this year, so blow it up. Don't pay anyone. Don't pay a quarterback. You're never going to be good. No. Look at what Indiana's doing. They're looking at going to the NBA Finals. This guy's been there, done that in the NFL. And they trust that they continue to put players around him and he can execute their system at a high level. Being good can give you the opportunity to be great.
Yeah, I agree, especially when you're that young, right? Yeah. There's good wins, and every once in a while, good wins a championship.
And they were with two different guys in that system with this coach and general manager and building it. They were series away from being Super Bowl champs.
They did not Jim Garoppolo and Colin Kaepernick.
Well, Garoppolo
Kaepernick
and
was
Purdy.
Purdy. Kaepernick was with the old system, yeah.
But to me, I don't look at that and say, oh, didn't do it, got to blow everything. No, it's like you stay the course. Give yourself that opportunity for that time it can break your way.
Yeah. All right. Take your phone calls when we get back. I got emails, I got texts, all kinds of stuff. I promised you about now the keyword for the backyard blow up. Of course, the Sports Animal is giving you the opportunity to win this backyard blow up. So when you listen to the opening drive, I'm going to give you a keyword here in a moment. You'll text the keyword to 505-246-0610. You will then be registered to win this prize package that includes a hot tub from Valentine's Swimming Pool and Spa, an American Home Furniture and Mattress Plus patio set, a pottery set from Jackalope, a $5,000 gift card from Sin Lawn, and an annual plan from AAA Pest Control. The prizes, you don't get one of them. You get all of them if you win. The prizes are worth over $15,000 from the Sports Animal. Today's keyword is rock. R-O-C-K, rock. Text the keyword rock to 505-246-0610. You will then be registered to win from your good friends at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery.
Got shots?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Spell, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best.
Text that 505-246-0610 for your chance to win the backyard blow-up package that we're giving away. One more day tomorrow. Give me another word tomorrow. You have a chance to get in. Opening drive, he's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Sabieta, 505-246-0610. Mike, good morning. You're on The Sports Animal. Thanks for holding. Hello, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. Good morning to both of you. Fantastic NBA game last night. One of the best games I've ever seen. Wow.
Yep.
Man, just super. And, it's like, for me, I don't say that's an amazing series. Both of those teams are so tough, and it looked like the Knicks were just going to beat them up. And the Pacers just clutched them back. Neesmith with those threes was just outstanding. It was a great game. My point, what I wanted to touch base on was, with the Mavericks winning the first pick in the lottery and the way that the Lakers went out of the playoffs. I mean, I'm standing on my stance that I think the Mavericks won that trade. And Luka's talent, yes, man, is undeniable. The dude is super talented, but he doesn't have the effort of anybody that was on the court in those games last night. Nobody. Either of those teams, every player on the court with just so much more effort, so much more hustle than Luka. And I'm just driving this point home, and I want to hear you guys what you guys think about it. But the Mavericks won that trade, and I think the Mavericks and the Spurs, with Spurs getting the second pick in the draft, wow, they are going to be tough. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Mike. I don't know that you can equate or include the Mavericks hitting the draft lottery as part of that trade. To me, it's got to be something completely exclusive of that, meaning it's got nothing to do with it. Now, imagine, if you can, the Mavericks with Luka Doncic, Cooper Flagg, and the roster that they have there, Kyrie Irving and everything else. I don't know that I'm not there. I think the Lakers won the trade if they re-sign Luka, and they keep him as the cornerstone to their organization for years. If Luka can learn something, like if there's one thing that is undeniable about LeBron, it is the way he takes care of his body, the way he gets in shape, the way he trains. Right? The greats, Kobe was that way, and LeBron is that way. And JJ, I think it's unfair, at least from where I sit, to equate Dallas hitting the draft lottery as part of who won the trade. I'm just struggling getting there. Are you?
It's a 1.8% chance. It does not make me feel that Dallas won that trade. So you have Anthony Davis and most likely Cooper Flagg next year.
Which, by the way, is really good.
It's really good. Like, Kyrie Irving tore his ACL, y'all. Like, this is not going to just be they click back in and be awesome next year. Do they have a window when Kyrie comes back? They do.
Yeah.
But I also, the Dowie Doncic, who doesn't play defense and doesn't give any effort, was in the NBA Finals last year. So I just can't look at that and be like, the potential of 10 years of Doncic and throw that out the window for a 2 or 3 year window where you're hoping Cooper Flagg is a generational talent, Kyrie's healthy, and you have Anthony Davis.
So Dallas is going to be okay because they got the number 1 pick? Like, Dallas is going to be good.
They got lucky.
100%.
Like, it happened.
Well, about 100%. So let me ask you this. When we sit here in 20 years from now, who will have had a better NBA career, Cooper Flagg or Luka Doncic?
Luka Doncic.
You 100% sure of that?
No.
I'm not either.
But that's the answer to the question.
I think that's the answer to the question, but maybe not. I mean, you can make an argument. Like, if Cooper Flagg is everything they say he's going to be, the answer very well could be Cooper Flagg. And if he's the foundation of their organization for the next 15 years, they didn't win the trade, but they win. Does that make sense? To me, they're exclusive. Because that had nothing to do with the trade. Yes. But, and it would have been interesting. Then what did they, like, if they'd have won the lottery anyway and had Luka, would they have moved Luka in the offseason probably? Right? They'd have had this rookie contract.
So whatever was going on between the ownership group, Nico Harris and Luka Doncic, like, he was not there for the long haul.
So this may end up being great for Luka if, and you know I'm not a LeBron guy, but what's undeniable to me about LeBron is the way he takes care of his body, his work ethic, right? There's no denying that. And if that can somehow rub off on Luka Doncic and he can realize the difference between being a a great star and becoming a superstar is, damn, dude, it's training. And I don't know how Luka trains. I'm not going to sit here and think he spends the whole season eating Haagen-Dazs and bonbons and not, right? He works out. He's in shape. He's just not in spectacular basketball shape. And this whole argument, you're dead on right. He carried a team to the NBA Finals last year, did he not? He did. He did. He was in the finals last year. And he was the reason the Dallas Mavericks were in the finals last year. So he is that close. If the difference between him being that close and getting over the top is figuring out how to become that killer, how to become in shape, and he gets that from just, hell, LeBron doesn't even have to teach him. If you have an osmosis, if you're in that locker room, you should be able to see it, right? If you're on that team, if that's what he gets out of it, that could be the switch that makes him generational. He's really good.
It doesn't even have to be that dude.
But what if he becomes that dude? That's what I'm saying. What if he becomes that dude?
I'm not questioning the effort, but when you look at these teams like Jalen Brunson, ain't that dude defensively.
But is he a liability?
But you look at these teams, it's what's around them. And to me, I look at Luka Doncic, I can cover up his flaws as long as I know that he's going to be on the floor consistently.
But you didn't this year. His flaws really hurt you in that series that they lost to Minnesota. They did. You couldn't hide him.
He also was hurt at the very end.
He was hurt. He was hurt.
And that the Lakers were a flawed roster, and it wasn't Luka Doncic's fault.
And therein lies what I think you're saying. Because you said cover him with everybody else around him, and that roster wasn't there. So now it's up to Rob Pelinka to figure it out. And they tried to make a trade to get a center, and they didn't, right? The whole physical thing with the guy from Charlotte.
Yeah, Malik Williams or Mark Williams.
It didn't work. So I just look at it and I think, are they flawed? Yeah, they're flawed. But I can't go there and say I think Dallas won the trade because they hit the lottery. Dallas is going to be okay because they hit the lottery.
Yes, they are.
But I don't think it has anything to do with the trade. Now,
yeah, there's Luka. It's self-accountability at this point in time. Because it's out there. Everyone talks about it. There's deficiencies with him defensively. So you just hope that you go, dude, just put in the effort because you are an elite offensive talent. And Rob Pelinka's job, now that he gets time, Luka's 26 years old, man. You're going to have time to build around him. Find long, athletic dudes on the wing. Cover up some of his flaws. But still, it comes back to it. You're right. It's self-accountability. What kind of player do you want to be? So it comes down to Luka.
And on the Dallas side, like Mike just said, he thinks they won the trade. Look, does it make it more palatable? Yeah, I think you've got a superstar in the making. Like, you're going to get Cooper Flagg in there. Does he take the place of Luka Doncic? Yeah, I kind of think he does. Now, not immediately as far as his quality of play. Kid's 18 years old. But he comes in, and if he becomes, I don't know, 3/4 of the player that people say he is, he's going to be a superstar in this league within 5 years. Jeff, I don't have 5 years. He'll be a star in this league within a year and a half. Right? And you've got Anthony Davis, and then when Kyrie comes back, and you've got a pretty good roster around him. No, Dallas is going to be okay because they hit the lottery. It's got nothing to do with the draft or with that trade. So that's why it's hard for, well, they won the trade. I mean, they won the lottery to get the draft pick, to get the stud, and they're going to be okay. I really firmly believe, I think they're going to be good. Now, Kyrie not being there is obviously huge. And the West is so stacked. And Lord knows what it's going to look like. I mean, Giannis might be in the West next year. Right?
Yeah, who knows where Giannis is balling.
Right? I mean, I don't know what anybody's going to look like. Yeah, I just looked up. I saw Giannis arguing with Halliburton's father. It's on my screen. 505-246-0610 is how to get in here today. We're working on trying to get Josh Sushan. Have you heard back from Josh yet?
Probably when he wakes up.
Yeah, that's probably right. It's early on the West Coast. All right, what are you doing with your vehicle? You're driving around in it, and you had the rain on Monday. Now you got the heat, and protect your vehicle. Take care of your vehicle. it's one of your biggest investments. You're in it countless. I mean, when you have the little clock that refills, or I mean, every time you refill, tells you how long you've been in your car. It amazes me. Like, you're almost a full day a week, like 24 hours a week. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is going to take care of you. Have them come out and detail your vehicle. They will come out and detail your vehicle. That means inside, outside, around the rims, under the hood, like that new car feel and smell. That's what the car dealers do the day you took it off the lot feeling, without the day you took it off the lot price. On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and with what's going on in the world today, you're going to have that car for a while. Protect it. Talk to them about their paint protection film and their ceramic coating. You'll prevent those nasty scratches, the stains, the fading paint. On the Spot Automotive Detailing was awarded best in the city because they know what it takes to provide quality care for your vehicle. They come to you. They bring their service to you. I don't know where they are, but they know where I am. That's a good thing. While you're working, they're outside. You go outside after they're done, everybody's staring at your car. They want to know, how can I get that? Well, you just call On the Spot Automotive Detailing or just book it online. Everything's right there online. OTSdetailing.com is where you can book, buy, look, claim the service. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Take care of your vehicle. OTSdetailing.com. It's OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore, just like riding a bicycle. I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Luka, the trade, and he says, while effort can make someone better, having talent is far more important. He sent me his last 10 games, and 28, 38, 17, 31, 37, 39, 45, 23, 30, and 35. I mean, I didn't put the numbers together, but it looks like an average north of 32 points. Yeah. And that included playoffs against Minnesota. I mean, in the playoffs, he did 37, 31, 17, 38, and 28. He still played pretty damn well for a fat, out-of-shape, doughy guy.
Doughy Doncic.
Yeah.
Is an elite offensive player.
He's still pretty damn good. Now, I don't know what his plus-minus was. I don't know what the stats were as far as the guys he regarding and what they did. But that's why I think Dallas is okay. I told Ryan. I said, Flag's got talent, and time's going to tell if he's got more than Luka. It's possible. It's a flat-out unknown. He said, wouldn't it be something if Luka comes back in free agency? Like, he doesn't sign with the Lakers and goes back. Like, if Nico Harrison leaves and he's like, I just love Dallas.
Nico Harrison ain't going anywhere.
Well, let me ask you this, dude. Whoever's running that damn team, whoever the ownership is, word gets back to him that Luka loves Dallas that much and he would not sign with the Lakers and go into free agency and come back if Nico Harrison was gone. It's kind of an easy answer, isn't it?
I don't know. The easy answer was they had the dude under contract right then and there. and agreed to trade him.
Now you don't have to pay him nearly as much, by the way.
He's getting a gigantic deal going back.
One way or the other. Yeah, I'm with you. Good morning, fellas, it says on the text line. So good to see, blah, blah. All right, my question is regarding the tush push. Should it become a penalty? How does the referee announce it? Hands to the buttocks, number 15 on the offense, 15-yard penalty, remain fourth down. He says the tush push should remain a play for the offense, in my opinion. Well. 505-246-0610. You want me to do this? Do I have time? Howard, you're up against the break, but good morning. What's up, Howard?
Hey, guys. So, you know, the roughness of the finals and the playoffs is only the weak at heart aren't making it. You know, these young guys, the young studs, they're loving it. It's been a physical playoffs, but I still think it's OKC's to lose. But you could hear Reggie Miller's voice. I think he had to temper his enthusiasm somewhat last night, right, guys?
Yeah, dude. Is the guy his old team and guys paying homage to him? Is hell yes. You know what's going to be interesting too if the Knicks get in? Mike Breen, who would call the ABC games where the finals will be. Mike Breen is the voice of the Knicks, so that you got that too. But hell yes, he's in there. Yeah.
It's crazy. I think he was sitting there saying, "Give me my jersey. I think we've got about 10 seconds left. I'm good for a quick 8 points." You know.
Something.
So that was a game for the ages. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Yep. So you guys have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day weekend. All right.
You too. Thanks, Howard. Yeah, it was. And you could hear it in Reggie. And look, he's not holding it back. Where did Reggie Miller make his money? Where did he make his career? Where did he make his fame? In that uniform, in that building, in some respect, right? I mean, his biggest moments came in that building as the opposition. It's the truth. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, UNM's raising student fees to help athletics. Hold on. Before you lose your mind, I'll give you a little perspective. We can talk this through like adults. I hope we can. 505-246-0610. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta on the opening drive. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I give you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in boot camp. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
We would like to thank the following.
Well, how do you compete in athletics? How do you fund athletics? How do you figure it out? So much has been on the state. So much has been on a lot of places. And now a little bit of it's going to fall to students. But this isn't a crazy thing, although some of you might think it is. Good morning to you, and welcome to the opening drive. Thank you for being with us. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. JJ, I was at league meetings the last 3 days. That's why I was out. And there was a lot of discussion amongst institutions around the country on how to fund all the issues that you're talking about every day in college athletics that we talk about, whether it's portal issues, whether it is NIL, whether it's scheduling, whether it's realign, all those issues came up. One of the things that came up was funding and student fees. And obviously, since I was at meetings with athletic departments, there was an appetite, but yet a sensitivity in regards to student fees and raising them. The UNM Board of Regents approved a student fee increase yesterday of $45 more per semester. Additional $60 in 2 years, which will go directly to athletics. I don't know that I think $45 or $60 is going to, and I'm not trying to belittle $45 or $60 to anybody. Okay, I pay tuition. We're paying a hell of a student fee at Michigan. I promise you that. Okay. I don't know that $45 or $60 is going to dissuade you from going to school. Maybe it is. But the marketing tool that is athletics, an additional $45 to $60 seems fair to do what they are trying to do. Garnet Stokes, who's the president at the university, and she was the chair of the Mountain West Board of Directors, talked about this and said, quote, "This university has suffered greatly from a failure to invest in athletics. I think that we've been able to see with some of the success and some of the investments that we can be competitive, but we're now operating in an environment where the need for continued investment is very important. What we tell the world about it is we want to be in athletics is very important," end quote. I would argue that I agree with you. Failure to invest in athletics pretty much was under, well, in large part under her watch, right? So is this playing from behind? But perspective is important. Based on, and JJ put this on the sheet here, based on 2023 fiscal year data, the University of New Mexico was 8th out of 12 Mountain West members, 11 full-time members, and Hawaii, so probably 8 out of 11 in the amount of student fees going towards athletics. Now, those of you who will be against this will say just because the Joneses are jumping off the bridge doesn't mean we should jump off the bridge. No, but sometimes there's a model for success. If you're going to play. If you're not. And the answer is you're going to play. And I don't want to hear drop football because that's not even part of the conversation. Okay. I don't know where another JJ. How many undergraduates? I'll find it. Roughly 25,000 undergraduates at the University of New Mexico. Is that right?
Yeah. So, and also looking more into the news from Jeff Gremmer in his article, he points out that an additional 1.7 million in 26 and 4.1 million in 27.
Yeah, that's significant.
So
4.1 million.
It's significant. And the thing with these student fees is, yes, not everyone is a sports fan, but every student can capitalize on sports on campus.
That's correct. With this comes your free admission to football games and basketball games and to athletic events. There is a benefit to the student if the student opts to utilize the benefit. Well, I don't care about it. Well, there's a lot of things that tuition goes towards that you don't care about as well. There's student health services. Well, I got my own I'm on my parents' health insurance, but you're paying towards it. I don't want to equate it exactly, but I don't know that it's horribly dissimilar to, you pay taxes and for schools, and then you pay, you send your kid to private school, right? I'm paying for something that I'm not necessarily utilizing. So are they. I understand that I come from an athletic perspective. I understand that my view is tainted on this, and I live in the athletic world. But I also understand the importance of athletics to a university and to this university, and I understand the time. Now, are you playing from behind? Is it too late? I hope it's not too late, JJ. President Stokes quote that the admission, this university has suffered greatly from a failure to invest in athletics. I mean, I don't know what says it more, JJ. You and I have been saying that for how long? They need to invest. Fernando Lobo, the athletic director, said the community has to have, quote, skin in the game, end quote, and wanting athletics to succeed. So $45 more per semester, $90 per year, and then an additional $60 and $120 the following year, plus what's already going to athletics. Graduate student fees increase a little bit less. I'm wondering where you are on this. Okay, this is the largest of the 3 student fee increases coming for next year. Right? There was previously school increases of $10 per year for undergraduate and graduate student government associations. $60 a year bump for technology fee goes towards IT. And again, you could say, well, I don't participate in student government. All right, yeah, but $10 is going towards it. Well, why is $120? Okay, that's just the way it is. So UNM student fees in-state, and I look at these numbers, I'm like, goodness gracious, how low are these? Right? No one would have paid. In-state undergraduate, $2,706. So it'll move it up to $2,866, and then $2,980. I'm wondering where you are on this. Are you okay with it? And I'm going to guess our audience, for the most part, is okay, but maybe not. Mike's not at all. Jeff Lou, in 2009, student fees that went to Lobo Athletics was $750,000. Let me give you the subject line. It says student fees unflippin' believable. It says 2009 student fees that went to Lobo Athletics was $750,000. Then it doubled by 2012 to $1.5 million thanks to former ASUNM president Kevin Stevenson, who sold the students down the river. It's from Mike. Yeah, Mike, quarterbacks in the NFL were probably making, $15 million back then too, and now they're making $55 million a year. The cost of doing business, I mean, what would your house cost back in, 2009 as opposed to now? I mean, the cost of doing business has gone up. It's just, I don't care what you do. And it's not just, although this is a conversation now, and it was an interesting one we had yesterday. It's not just about salaries. The cost of chartering an airplane to get your team from here to there is a lot more. The cost of a hamburger to feed your club is a lot more. No, it is. The scholarship cost to send your students to school.
I'm thinking about the cost that teams going to incur now that you just can't check 2 free bags on a Southwest flight.
Actually, really interesting. When you don't charter, how much you're... I didn't even think that one.
Because I've walked up there.
Yep.
And I see the amount of bags that
yeah,
Lobos are throwing on that plane.
You're right. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, when you don't charter. Here's one that nobody thinks about. When you put a student athlete on scholarship, that is not free. The athletic department pays the university for that scholarship, for that tuition. Cost of scholarships are going up. So, Mike, I get it. Do I think it's unflippin' believable? I don't. I don't know that I think it's disproportionate to everything else that's going on in the world. I just don't. And when I see what's going on in college athletics. Now, JJ, I had a really interesting conversation at dinner on Monday night with a gentleman from the NCAA. He's in the NIL space. He's representing the NCAA and helping educate schools, institutions, athletic departments on NIL. And the conversation came up in a meeting with not with the coaches and the athletic directors, but one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest factors in regards to budgets of the athletic department, coaches' salaries. And all of a sudden now, that Trump's got Nick Saban on board and Congress wants to get involved, and Tommy Tuberville was all happy that Trump and Nick Saban are going to save college athletics, was maybe capping coaches' salaries. And I find it insanely ironic. Now that Saban's out, he wants to cap salaries.
Cap it now.
But it's not I don't know how you cap in their salaries, but you're not capping student athletes NIL, right? I mean, at some point, what are we doing anywhere? But, and I preface this by saying I don't want to get into anybody's money, okay? I want you to make all the money you can. Everybody should make as much as they can. And I don't know the difference. If I would live differently, if I made $7 million or $10 million a year, I don't know. Maybe I would. I'd love to know, but I don't.
I wouldn't be able to have as many colorways of my Lamborghinis.
Well, fair. But let me pick your head coach that's making $10 million a year. There's plenty. What if he was making $7 and $3 million of that was put back into the NIL fund? Would that make a difference?
It'd make a huge difference.
Gigantic, right? And again, I don't want coaches. I'm not looking to get in anybody's money. Make all you can. But that's a huge issue too. And that's one that it sounds like Saban is going to get involved in. Lobo Hobo says Lobo Athletics has been invested in, Jeff. In 2005, which is not that long ago, it's 20 years ago, 2 decades. The fees were $790,000. What are you telling me?
What are we doing?
So he sent me a link to a Daily Lobo article. With all due respect, Lobo Hobo, 2 decades was a lifetime ago in college athletics. It just was. Student fees are increasing by $10, it says. And they were getting, it just, with all due respect, it is a long time ago when you consider what's gone on. There was no NIL. Coaches' salaries weren't what they are. So I guess Lobo Hobo and Mike, what do you suggest? Do you suggest leaving it where it is? Do you suggest being 8th, 9th, 10th in your league in regards to student fees and what you're contributing? And if you're good with that, okay, fine. But how's that working for you? Now, this doesn't guarantee you're going to win. It doesn't. But let me tell you this. In the new look Mountain West.
That's the key.
In the new look Mountain West, I believe what this administration is trying to do is saying, hey, we can be a leader in this league now. Right? We can be at the top of the scale instead of the bottom. And we can start winning. Well, Jeff, you're winning golf championships and not softball, and cross country. And all that's great in tennis. Wonderful. Is that leading to donations and ticket sales and money and prestige? Is that killing it for you? So I get it if you're, I don't know if you're upset or you're not. I don't know when you're planning $60 or $120 for the year. Is it going to make a difference? Like, are you going to feel that as a student? And I understand I'm in a different position than most students. And so I ask the question. I mean, I know what I'm paying tuition at Michigan now. I'm not even sure how much of it goes to student fees is going to football and basketball. But I know my kid gets free tickets, and no, she doesn't. She does, but not for football. She's got to pay extra for her football tickets. What I tell you, he told me there were only 25,000 student tickets only, and they were sold out. Remember when I went there last year? And he says, Jeff, there's only 25,000. I mean, that's all we got. And I'm like, whoa. Will New Mexico get 25,000 a game for one little? And that's all that we have for student tickets. Yeah, and they have to pay extra. So, but yeah, fees have gone up. All right, when we come back, I got to hit this too. How much eligibility should a student athlete have? It was 4 years, right? It used to be 5 years to play 4. That's going to court too. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Arbitrarily barred from competing in the final year of his 5-year eligibility window whilst pursuing a graduate degree. And his legal team is arguing that the redshirt system favors NCAA institutions over athletes in determining who qualifies for a 5th year of eligibility. Basically, this would say you get 5 years. CBS Sports did the story. They spoke with a partner who's at the law firm, at a law firm. And this guy, Philip Sheng, believes that Ziegler and his representation have a chance to win the case. He said, the lawyers did a great job of checking each of the boxes and using prior cases as a roadmap. This case is unique from others because Ziegler did not play at junior college or at another NCAA division before playing Division I. So he's straight up just asking for a 5th year of Division I eligibility, right? The other ones, they're like, well, I was at JUCO. I was at FC. No. He was all up at the big boy. This guy Sheng says, if I were the judge, the biggest question I'd be asking is, where does it stop? If 1 5th year is allowed, do we then allow a 6th year? Do we let athletes play throughout grad school? It's a slippery slope argument. The NCAA is certainly going to raise it, and probably the hardest issue to tackle, in my view, he says. I know how I feel. I mean, this is where it feels like this is where it's going, man. I'm in graduate. I'm getting another degree. I'm getting another degree. I'm getting another degree. You got what's this one dude you tell me about here is 29 years old. He's playing for Gottlieb, right? Like where does it end? I mean, to me, the answer's got to be no. There's no, you get 4 years, you get 5 years to play 4 at the Division I level. I just don't see the argument. I don't, but
the only argument would be grad school is if you get a year, like a graduate year.
Okay, but why only one?
Getting a master's degree, and you're like, well, if it takes me 2 or 3 years to complete this, then you're like, well, dang, because at some point, all these athletes, yes, they're like, oh, this is for us. Well, it's going to erode this system. It's going to hurt others down the line. That's and I keep going back to it, and then. I know, yes, there's Nick Saban and there's these commissions. That's not going to stop anything until you get the student athletes involved. Like until they are on board, and it's not just this guy over here is suing for his JUCO years back. This guy over here has played for years, but he doesn't want to go anywhere because he has a great NIL deal, so he's going to sue for more years. Like none of that's going to stop until you can get all these student athletes on the same page, because it's easy to look at it from an outside perspective and going, yeah, that's right, get yours, but stick it to the NCAA. Well, at some point, getting yours is going to hurt everyone, and there's going to be nothing to get.
So I don't disagree with that, but let's take your scenario. Okay, so the student athletes are all on the same page. Are the student athletes as a union, however many there are, and there's hundreds of thousands of student athletes. When it comes to this issue, they're going to say, yeah, you're right, we should only get 4 years of eligibility. Or are they going to fight for this? They're going to say, no, we should get 5 or 6 or however long you're in school. How are you going to get them to come to a consensus?
That's a great question, but at least you'd be trying to get a consensus from these student athletes. And it would, I do think it would have to be sport specific to have that many different quote unquote committees.
So you could have 6 years as a football player, but only 4 years as a tennis player? You could have different years of eligibility?
I'm not necessarily on that, but you have, until like there's everyone getting involved in the conversation, the whole, we're just sitting here talking about student fees. Well, you can almost have a de facto like, oh, I'm an athlete, so I'm a part of said union. Like you're just into it when you become a Division I athlete. Like I don't know how it stops or how it slows down, because these commissions can come in, and you saw that this story this week of they're drafting this. Hey, you better sign this document and play by the rules. Going to kick you out of the conference. Like who's enforcing that?
That's right. So you just said something that triggered me. And I just forgot where I was going to go. I don't remember what it was. Where enforcement goes is going to be really interesting in regards to, I mean, how many years? Because 6, 7, how many? And who's going to decide and where you're coming to a consensus? I know what it was. You said, where's it going to stop? I'll tell you when it's going to stop. Or at least speed bump it. When the NCAA does not lose a case in court. So if the NCAA wins this, don't you think it slows it down a little bit?
Yeah, and the reason I've been talking up getting the student athletes involved as much as I am is because that's where the lawsuits are coming.
Understood.
At some point in time, these athletes need to stop suing so you can move forward.
Dude, if a guy's going to sue because he got hit in the face in a luxury suite because the product that he went to go see is unwatchable, and he's going to go sue the team for being unwatchable. They're not, and all these guys are winning.
Yeah, but if the difference in this case in athletics across whatever model you want to point at, European basketball, soccer, this or that, there's sports models that you fit into.
Correct.
But yet the student athletes are like, you know what? We don't have to fit in any model.
That's right.
Because we can win every case, but at some point in time, that's going to have to stop because this model, people are going to stop investing in it.
And that's why I hope, for the benefit of college athletics, that this young man, Zakai Ziegler, loses his suit, because college is 4 years, man. Like, college is supposed to be 4 years. Well, why, Jeff? Why? Because that's how it's always been. College is a 4-year venture. You have a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Well, with some, okay, yeah, you get hurt, there's a red shirt. All right, so you get 5 to do 4. It's not 6. The college athletics was not made for 29-year-old men going to Wisconsin Green Bay. Oh, maybe it was. Doug Gottlieb, the coach there, has got the oldest player in Division I basketball. He's got a 28-year-old guy named Ramel Bethea who just committed. He's 6'9". He'll be 29 years old in July. Spent 5 years in the military. Then went to a junior college in San Diego as a freshman. Had team highs, 12.7 points, 9.7. I mean, he was good. And so he's committed at 29 years old. I almost don't have as much of a problem with that. He went to the military, served our country, and didn't expire his college eligibility. Now, you're going to say, well, Jeff, what if a guy has a 20-year career in the military, and now he's 35 years old and or whatever, right? I mean, where do you put a cap on it? I'm not sure, but I almost have less of a problem with this than the guy. Well, I don't even almost. I have way less of a problem with this than the guy who just expired his 4 years of eligibility, but because he doesn't want to start his life.
Oh, we've seen it. Was it 2 years ago? Like the long snapper for the Lobos?
Yeah, and he lost
to-
that though, right?
No, I'm saying they had this situation where he was like in the military.
Oh, yeah,
he was
yeah,
like
yeah.
30 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah,
and you
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I honestly, I don't know why I don't have a problem with it, but I don't. But that's why I'm hoping this guy loses.
grown men taking away opportunities for high schoolers.
Well, they're okay, but there's the other thing. So you're going to have roster limits, which means there's even more of a finite number of opportunities, right? And if every roster is just going to be filled with fifth-year dudes and transfers, and where does the high school guy get it? Oh, now he's got to get in at New Mexico State and Jacksonville State and Delaware and Conference USA or the MAC or the Mountain West, and that's your minor league to go play in the big leagues now? And they're all taking transfers who are coming down.
Yeah.
Go ahead and look at the Lobo roster. All these guys, how many, what's the proportion of high school guys you got there? So where are you breaking in?
Go to JUCO so you can save your eligibility.
Yeah, I'm just so against this. And if it's old man, get off my lawn because college is supposed to be 4 years, 5 years to play for. I don't even care. I mean, at some point, college is what college is, man. And then go start your life. Do your 4 or 5 years and go start your life. Well, I'm going to grad school. I should be able to play. No, man, that's not how this works. Well, it might be because I'm going to sue. 505-246-0610. I'd love to hear where you are on this. I mean, it should have just, it's basically we're getting towards unlimited eligibility. You good with it? You want 34-year-old dudes playing for the Lobos? Making $1.2 million? Going to frat parties, hitting on your 19-year-old daughter? Being on your college? I mean, is that where we should go? Maybe that is what you're for. 505-246-0610. Your emails are jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Who's watching your home when you're not there? IPS watches my home. It's the good guys. A lot of bad guys out there. Property crime's real. Officer shortage is real. Call International Protective Service and protect what you've worked hard to build, your business and your home. It's affordable private security. They offer strategically placed officers all around town. Standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They'll install alarms, camera systems, state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All of this raises the level of security around your home and your business. So, who's watching your home? Do not wait to be a victim on this. I mean, it's just that then it's too late. Be proactive. Understanding you can't prevent all the crime, but if you got no protection, you're more likely to be victimized. IPS's number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com, passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Used to be 8 rings, now 8 in Roman numerals, VIII. Now it's I plus VIII. I. Is he engaged? Oh. Got that for you, too. 505-246-0610. Jeff, it's simple, says on the text line. If you didn't play college sports, you should have eligibility left. If you end up going back to school later in life, your age should not be a factor in your eligibility. It's the amount of years you played the college athletic sport, 4 and out. I don't have a big problem with that. Aaron, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Aaron.
Jeff, I couldn't agree with you more. And it's affecting even into junior sports now. You've got these kids who are homeschooled or doing some online schools, and they're reclassifying down from being like a junior or a senior to being like a freshman. And then just going slower in their online schools. And now they're competing against kids who are, 14, 15 years old for college scholarships. It's absolutely insane. Something has to be done about eligibility requirements and the time that you have in college. I don't understand it. And then secondly, like you're 17 years old, you're 27 years old, and you beat some kid on the field who's 18, 19 years old. Congratulations, you beat some kid who when you graduated high school was in the 3rd grade. You did a really good job. You're a really superior athlete. It's something has to be done, and I'm afraid it's going to have to be done at the congressional level.
Yeah, I don't just Aaron. I think it's broken to the point where it's going to destroy itself. At some point, you've always differentiated your professional sports, your college sports, and I don't understand. You say how does it happen? Because they keep suing and they keep winning, and my fear is, and I say my fear because I'm not for it. The 27-year-old 8-year athlete, but they keep going to court and saying why should the NCAA be able to limit my eligibility? Well, it's not a right to play college athletics. It is a privilege.
It's a privilege to play college athletics, and yeah, it may not. You also have to look at kids who are trying to break in or are trying to come up. I understand that you had your shot.
Yep.
You are 27. You are 28. You played for 5 years.
Get a job.
It's time to move on.
Yep.
Good job. You did a great job. But the fact that you get glory out of beating some kid who's 7 years younger than you, I think, just like Diego Pavia, I'm sorry, you've got something wrong with you if that's how you get your kicks.
I don't even think it's about getting your kicks, dude.
It's just wrong.
Yeah. No, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate the call. I don't think it's about getting your kicks. I don't think it's about. I don't even know that I think they're that competitive. I think it's about, wow, I can make $600,000 or whatever I'm making more money playing college athletics than I'm ever going to make in my life. And I think it's about extending that. I don't even think it's about a competitive drive to go beat somebody who's younger than you. It's about continuing that lifeline of the NIL now. You didn't see this back before they were getting paid and getting paid this kind of money. But you're seeing it now. I honestly, I don't think it's about, I just want to go out and beat some 18-year-old kid. No, because they're not 18 anymore. You're competing against a bunch of dudes like you. It's about continuing to make that money. Because if I go get a job, so I'm going to make $85,000 a year if I get a really good starting salary. Well, bleep, I'm making $650 playing ball in my 8th year. Why do I want to give that up? That's what I think it's about. Terry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Have to give away my Friday slot. Somebody can take it over. So thoughts and hugs to all family members. So really quickly, tush push. JJ brought it up yesterday. You know, for 10 years, dunking was not allowed in college basketball, and then they pulled their heads out and reinstated it. So I think that they were similar. It's just because one team's good at it doesn't mean you just take it away from that. But, yes, here we go for how long eligibility. Now, I think the Utah quarterback, and now he's finally leaving.
Cam Rising.
I think, yeah, he probably graduated the same year JJ did in high school. There has been, you know, you have redshirt, you have medical redshirt. Then you had COVID, and COVID killed a lot of high school kids' opportunities and all that. But I think also coaches don't have to sign these guys.
They do. They do.
No, I got to, or somebody else will. I mean, take a stand. I don't have a problem if they went to a straight 5-year eligibility period and cut that down because there's always somebody wants an exception. I did always in favor of hoping that schools would help guys get an education, so even if their eligibility was gone, there would be money to for the ones who hadn't got their degree to get their degree. Jeff, I'm glad you and JJ got through on 4 years. I was doing one of those wandering 7-year plans. So,
I did 5.
I kind of take offense that you have to get through in 4. There's enough beer to drink and girls to talk to. Sometimes it takes a little longer.
Hey, my kid better get through in 4. That's all I'm saying. I took 5.
Well, yeah, well, no, mine, my daughter, because, well, with all her injuries, they gave her another semester, and then she got hurt again. But, yeah, you want to get through, move on, whether you go to graduate school, do everything like that, and have it. But, yeah, I think also they need to stand up and say something. Yeah, to get all the players together, oh, good luck.
Yeah.
But
got to do something, though.
I just stepped in, and I would just make the one quick change, say, okay, we'll go to 5, cut it off there. And then say go to court. But either the NCAA needs to get better lawyers and finally say, here's what's something reasonable that we'll offer. But, yeah, all players want to – yeah, I mean, geez, I don't know if I made $1 million in 25 years working for the state, so somebody can make $500,000 in one. Yeah. I know hard to say they shouldn't try for it, but hopefully they could stand up to them. Yeah. And the lawyers, they know enough's enough. But we'll have to see. And, yeah, I don't think 28, 29, 30-year-olds should play unless they've gone in the military and then they have their right to play.
Yep.
Yeah, but we'll see how it works out. But the last little thing, just to make it, if some college kids are listening, to rub it in, when I started UNM in 1976, tuition was $264 for 12 to 18 credit hours. You got to go to all the sports free. Got to sit in the first, second row of basketball. You know,
different world,
man. And go to the sports. Things are a little different these days. So yeah.
All right.
So you guys have a good one. Take care.
Thanks. Anthony, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Anthony.
Gentlemen? I'll go as quick as I can here. But first of all, college sports, as long as NIL deals and the universities are putting together these $1.5, $3 million, $4 million packages for players, they're going to be suing and they're going to try to fight for eligibility because you guys are right. There's no way they're going to make that type of money outside because most of these are fringe pro players. They're not guys that are going to make the pros. So you make the top salary in college $35,000 a year, and these guys will say, I'm going to graduate and stay so long, and I'll move on to another profession. But as long as college sports is worth 10 times, 20 times more than they can make out in the real profession, they're going to stay and do whatever they can to fight. And I don't blame them because it's their opportunity. I would do the same thing.
100%.
Every one of us would do the same thing and fight for our individual rights to make as much money as we can.
That's right.
Number two, I want to talk about the University of Mexico baseball team. If that's the case, why don't they just go out and recruit, single A, double A, triple A pitchers? Because it looks like we got plenty of bats. We're just missing pitching. Go recruit those kids who've never played college baseball and bring them back and see if they want to make more money playing college baseball. Maybe you can make a run at the World Series of Poker with those arms. And number three, the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks trade. You can't really say who won the trade until you find out, A, if the Lakers re-sign Luka, and B, who the Dallas drafts with that first-round pick. But to me, the overweight baller, Luka D, is exactly what Nico said he was. He's overweight. He's out of shape. He doesn't defend. And all he does is complain on the court. I'm a Laker fan. During the playoffs, I don't know how many times I've seen that guy put up a shot, won't follow the shot, won't go rebound, but he'll turn to the ref and complain, or the ball's bouncing 10 feet in front of him or 15 feet away from him. I don't know what's going to go on with Luka, but my new nickname for him is the overweight lover, the overweight baller, Luka D, or the overweight baller Luka D-less, because that boy doesn't do anything on the court but shoot. And I know he gets a lot of assists, but when you have your ball in your hand 80% of the time you're in the court, it's easy to get assists. And most of his assists are bailouts. He's passing it to guys with 4 or 5 seconds on the clock, and they either hit the shot or they don't. I mean, if his teammates were 100% shooting, he'd probably average 20 assists a game because he lets it go with 3, 4, 5 seconds on the clock.
Because the ball's in his hand.
I'm not a big fan.
Shot clock. All right, man. No, great call. Thank you. There's a lot in what he said, and when I took that, and he's right. Look, if it was you and me, wouldn't you want to stay in there and make that money as long as you can? I understand why they're doing it. I disagree with that other caller that said it's about beating up. It's a competitive thing. I don't think it's about getting money, and I get it. I just don't think it's right, and it sure as hell to me, from where I sit, isn't good for the system and good for college athletics as a whole. 505-246-0610. You can still get in. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We'll wrap it up on the other side on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal, to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a...
Well, I think you've seen it all. You've watched a lot of games. I have too. You have not ever seen what we saw last night. Played the call for you earlier. Josh Sushan, the voice of the Isotopes, had the call last night. It was the Isotopes in Reno, but going to let him tell you about it. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, joined now by the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes. They play day ball in Reno today. Josh Sushan joins us from Nevada. You've seen a lot of games. Every time you think you've seen it all, you realize you haven't seen it all. Good morning, my friend. All right, you explain it for our people who haven't heard about it. Yeah, we could do that because we got probably about 5 minutes left in the whole show, but maybe 4. Yeah. Second. Oh yeah. Hmm.
It's 3-2. We've gone as full as we can go. Ball 4 means a tie game. There's one out, so the runners will not be on the move. The 3-2 payoff. Line drive, base hit, right center field. That one's going all the way to the gap. That scores Garcia. Pache ran into a teammate. Pache ran into a teammate around third base. Is that obstruction? Is that obstruction? He ran into a teammate who was out on the field to celebrate. And the ruling is out. He is out because he ran into a teammate. The game is not over, but now trying to score from third is the runner from first, Weber, but it should be a dead ball, or is it? No, they say it's not a dead ball, and now 2 runs have scored, and now the ball game is over.
Oh my God.
I do not believe what I have just witnessed.
All right, so Josh, Sam Hilliard, in the category of no good deed goes unpunished. Game was over, so he flipped the ball to a fan out over the wall, and so there was no ball to be thrown back into play. If there were 2 outs, game would have gone extra innings because the third out would have been the guy. And the guy who ran into So the Reno team is in the third base dugout. They came out to celebrate, and one of the dudes who came out to celebrate picked off the winning run. It's just the dumbest thing ever. Right? Yeah. Saw the video. Picked off the winning run. All right, you got Dave Ball today, same two teams. What time are you on the air? That's it. There was something else that happened. Oh, you know what else happened yesterday I'd never seen before? Big 12 baseball tournament. Arizona, I think they're playing at Chase Field, or what they still call it Chase Field, where Diamondbacks play. Back-to-back home runs off of opposite foul poles. First dude hit a home run off of the right field foul pole. Next batter hit one off of the left field foul pole. Never seen that before either. Keep watching. It's you never seen it before. All right, have a great call. Appreciate you jumping on with us. Josh jumps on 11:45. We'll crack the mic from Reno, Nevada, with the pregame show Isotopes and the Reno Aces right here on your home for Isotopes baseball. Thanks for getting up early with us. Appreciate you. Have a great call tonight or today. Josh Sushon, voice of the Isotopes. I mean, what was it? What did he say? A 3-run walk? Unbelievable stuff. Thanks to Josh Sushon for being with us. The Herd with Colin Coward is next. The Jim Rome show's after. No, then you get Isotopes baseball. Then you get what's left of the Jim Rome show. 2 Men On are in at 4. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work, always. He is JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Love when you say that. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We shall smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's